bracket. Whoa. Tier Monster is 3 players away from 100. Yo, that's pretty awesome. I would sign up, but I don't really feel like losing that early in the day. Alright, so it looks like, so round 1. Okay, so I'm gonna watch round 2 here, Secret Stakes versus Addy. That's what's about to happen. Yo, that Thatch skin though. Yeah, Tier Monster will take forever. That's gonna be like a full-on day. But also, a lot of people are gonna probably not even like check in. Like, I feel like at least half the people who are signed up for Tier Monster aren't gonna actually be there day of. Alright, so here we are in the game. I don't know if we're in the screen. Okay, yeah. They're doing bans right now. We got Blackguard Keep ban, King's Pass ban. They're gonna ban Twilight, so that leaves Mammoth Fortress and Thunderguard Stadium. You reserve Windows 10 yet? I have not. I have not reserved Windows 10 yet. I probably should. But I've heard bad things about it so far, so. Mammoth Fortress is the last ban, so it looks like they're going to Thunderguard Stadium. I'm gonna turn on this music, actually. So good. Now you can hear me in my full audio. You can't ban Mammoth and Thunderguard now. I said which one's left? I said which one's left. Alright, look. So they're gonna go, oh wait, no. Oh, they're coin flipping it. So they're doing what, okay, so it's gonna be between Mammoth and Thunderguard, and they're gonna coin flip between the two. See, Secret Stake knows what's going on. I don't actually know what's going on right now, not gonna lie. I just know it's a tournament, it's gonna be hype as fuck, and it's the Kappa boys. Secret Stake versus Addy. This is apparently Addy's first tournament, but you know what? He's Sentinel versus Thatch. Thatch is gonna do pretty well. Look at that pink Thatch though. Those taunts coming out. Ooh, he catches the mine already! He's already just taunting with those mine catches. Kinda misses his dodge, takes a sig in the face for it, but he's not gonna take too much damage. Secret Stake throws his gun out, not sure what he was doing. He tried to follow up, but he couldn't really get anything off of that. Throwing out some neutrals. Picks up the sword. Let's see if he can get some sword game. He's gonna look for some down lights. Solid guitar play. Really good spacing coming out of Addy. Ooh, drops the weapon, goes for the spike afterwards. He's looking, no down lights so far. Just going for the side lights and then going into neutral lights. Ooh, predicts wrong with that sig. Could have done some serious damage, maybe even gotten the kill on the Secret Stake. I don't know. Secret Stake, Sentinel does have quite a bit of defense, so ooh, wow, holy butt! I didn't think those mines went through that little platform there. Goes through, clips him on the top of the head, sends him flying straight into the ground. That's not gonna look good for Addy. Addy's down 1 stock, but if he can close out this stock with the side air, not quite. He's looking for it. I don't really know where he was going with that throw, but you know what? It's okay. He was looking for something there. Trying to clean it out, trying not to let him take too much damage. The scoop for the kill. Good job. He's still a little bit behind. He's got a little bit of pee, a little bit of snow, yellow snow, however you want to say it. But he's looking for something. He's been playing a really hard air game so far. He's been kind of approaching in the air, trying to get some side air, some neutral air, stuff like that. Throws out some wild sigs. If he had gone for the side sig there, I think it could have punished Secret Stake sig, but instead didn't really get anything off of it. Barely misses a scoop. The side lights though. The side lights. Is there another one? Nope, not another one. There's the first downline I've seen coming out of Secret Stake. Addy's staying on that hammer game right now. Secret Stake switching guns. Ooh, Katars versus guns. I think Katars have a slight advantage. Qatar is able to stay inside of that neutral space really well, and Qatar is really strong right now. The bombs, I don't know, the cannonballs? That's the word I was looking for, cannonballs. Secret Stake just throwing out SIGs, not really sure why. He's just throwing them wildly while Addy's just trying to find a way in. Ooh, takes the second shot to the face, but he's alright. He still has quite a bit of defense. Secret Stake now currently unarmed, but not phased. Throws the bomb, dodges incorrectly, takes the bomb into the back. That is Addy's second stock. Secret Stake has quite a bit of health on this stock, so I don't know. Addy's gonna have to bring it real hard right now with this hammer if he's gonna have any chances coming back. Not sure how comfortable he is with hammers. So far he's been looking like he wants guitars more than hammers, and there's the guitars, but Secret Stake has a sword and has those SIGs, and he's already brought an Addy below his current health. The down air, dang, Secret Stake gets the kill. Addy is down. I'm going to game 2. Secret Stake versus Addy. Addy was doing alright early, but I don't know. I don't know if he got caught on those hammers. He took, I think the cannonballs threw him off, and now here he is. Game 2. They're gonna ban Twilight Fortress, and now Addy gets to pick Twilight Grove. Sorry. Thunderguard Stadium going back. Addy's saying we running it back. That was just my warm-up game. I'm gonna bring it back 2-0, or I guess 2-1 at this point. I'm gonna 3-stock you, homie. Just you wait. You just sit there, Secret Stake. I'm coming. My Qatar game on fleek, as they might say. Alright, here we go. Game 2. Addy versus Secret Stake of the Kappa Kup. Some taunts coming out. Just the polite taunts, like, how you doing? I'm about to beat your ass. Throws the bomb, dodges incorrectly, just kidding. But it bounces off the ground, hits him in the butt. He's going for those scoops. Oh my gosh. First stock already gone, Secret Stake. What are you doing? Addy was supposed to make the comeback. What was that? What was that? Up air into a recovery, instant kill. Oh my god, the juggles are real. I don't like, I'm still recovering from that. Holy bejeebus. I don't know how Addy's gonna bring it back. That's gotta be like a moral defeat right there. But Addy unfazed, hits some solid recovery. We'll see if he can get a juggle. No, he's gonna throw his guitars, trying to deflect Secret Stake from that weapon, going for an unarmed recovery. Doesn't get it. Ooh, tried to go for a sig, might have worked had Secret Stake not thrown out the weapon to completely deter that. Alright, Addy's on a hammer. Addy's on a hammer. Throwing out those side airs. He's going to, wow, went for the ground pound. Not really sure. He's just reaching with these ground pounds. Not really sure what's going on with that. But ooh, the side sig gets punished by the up sig, neutral sig coming out of Secret Stake. The down air and the side air combo, too strong. Looks for the up air. Didn't get much. Ooh, takes the sig to the face. Get out of here. But Addy's got barely any health on this second stock. I'm not sure how he's gonna have to do quite a bit of damage and hope for the third stock. No, doesn't get any damage. Secret Stake now a full stock advantage on Addy. That ooh, Secret Stake throwing out those wild sigs, just aiming them every direction, hoping Addy will drop into them. The down air and ooh, I thought that sig was gonna hit. Not gonna lie. Looking for the up airs. Looking for the side air. He's just looking for any sort of damage, any little bit of tick damage. That side air getting clipped on the end of those last bits of that hitbox. Those up airs. Ooh, but Addy's got the hammer. Ooh, but the spike is much better than the hammer, but the hammer spike, too strong. Addy, here's your chance. You might be at red health, but he's got no weapon except that bomb that you've dodged into previously. You should be very, very worried about that bomb, actually. Not going to lie. But he's getting a lot of damage from these guitars. And not the stat chicks. He's got to play real safe. Ooh, that sig almost hits. Addy playing real safe. Ooh, but he gets it. Oh, not quite enough. Ooh, but the sig. Ooh, there's so much ooze. Oh, ooh, good job, Secret Stake. Winning 2-0 over Addy. Good job. Go over to the bracket here. So it looks like Secret Stake's gonna move on. I don't know what's going on with the Kitty or the Dudox Sam Lee fight. Maybe we can. Whoops. Whatever. That Sig's OP is true. Let's see if we can catch Sam Lee's game. And hop in the Sam Lee game. Hopefully it won't throw him off. I don't know if this is game 1 or game 2 of the Sam Lee match, but this is Sam Lee versus Dudox. Dudox gets the not the Bill Paxton, what am I talking about? Gets the lasso, sending Sam Lee into the sky, but Sam Lee's still got a full stock, whereas Dudox is in the orangish, yellowish. Ooh, but the lasso. Ooh, went for another sig, trying to follow up the lasso. Not sure that works as a true combo or even as a pseudo combo, but you know what? He went for it. And he got punished for it. Sam Lee, ooh, the sidelights, the move, I don't know why, but it triggers me. When I play Terras, those sidelights they hit way more times than they should. Wow! Didn't read the up sig coming out of Sam Lee, gets sent into the heavens. And I would be surprised if that wasn't game 2 or game 3. They're still here though, so maybe Maybe they're going for, maybe that was only game 1. Maybe it took them a little while to get started. Not sure. But Sam Lee wins that game of that set. Good stuff from Sam Lee. Mammoth, it looks like we're going to game 2 or 3? Not sure. But it looks like they're going to play on Mammoth Fortress. Can't complain, Mammoth Fortress. I think it's a lot of people's comfort pick as far as maps go. It's a real good map. Really easy. Really simple. Nothing too crazy. That platform, I know it disrupts some things, the moving one, but you know what? Other than that, pretty straightforward map. You just beat the crap out of your opponent.
2, 1, brawl.
So here we are, Sam Lee, Dudox, game 2 or 3. Sam Lee starting off with a spike ball. Now he's got the guns. Looking for the side. Ooh, throws out just a side sig. Not sure if he was hoping that Dudox was just going to walk into it. He's reaching with those. He's just reaching with those side lights, trying to get at the very edge of those hitboxes. Whereas Dudox has kind of been throwing out just sigs. He's hit the build, or not, sorry. He hit the lasso, throws the hammer, and couldn't quite follow it up. Tried to pick it up to follow, but he couldn't quite do it. Gets another lasso. Sam Lee, you need to start staying on the ground. You've been hit by too many lassos. Sam Lee looking for those side lights. He's not really following it up. Not really doing the side light into down air combo, but I think he's just looking for that light bit of damage. Gets catches the mine. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but that was cute as fuck. Looking for those side airs now. Both of them on guns, gunfighting. Just Dudox threw away his guns though, so Sam Lee is now on guns by himself. While Dudox seems clearly more comfortable with the hammer. Went for the lasso, gets punished by the side sig from Sam Lee. Sam Lee reaching with those side lights again. Reaching for those side lights. Ooh, throws out the wild sig. Doesn't quite get anything. Ooh, if he had waited just a little bit longer, that down sig would have actually probably punished the tornado. Ooh, but the up sig! That's all he needed. That's all he needed was the up sig. Ooh, but a solid just fist to the face from Dudox. Ooh, Sam Lee barely dodging that ground pound from Dudox. Sam Lee, he's just looking for those tiny bits of damage, then he throws out a sig, and that's all he really needs. Dudox back on hammer is far more comfortable. Ooh, barely misses the lasso, or better yet, better dodging from Sam Lee to avoid the lasso. Doesn't get punished for that wild sig. Is he gonna be able to make it back? Throws the guitars so that it'll give him some safety, but he's gonna take a side light. Dudox not really edge guarding quite as hard as I think he could have, but it's okay. He gets the scoop. He's a news anchor man. What's the scoop? Sam Lee now on guitars while Dudox on guns. So we're gonna see how this plays out. Guitars I think are a little bit safer against guns, but Sam Lee with some really awkward approaching, just throwing out that sig. Dudox positioning just right, throwing those side lights. Now Sam Lee's got the gun and Dudox has nothing but a hammer. Dudox hitting those side airs, those up lights, looking for anything right now. Whereas Sam Lee's just been throwing out side airs from the gun. Tried to go for the opposite direction read, couldn't quite get it. Sam Lee, ooh, gets hit by the lasso. Sent into the air. Ooh, the hammer not quite enough off the ledge to the left to hit Sam Lee. That gun throw, couldn't quite follow up the gun throw. Dudox went for the sig, didn't get anything. Sam Lee couldn't punish it. Ooh, tried to punish that one. Could not get it. Sam Lee, though. Lucian with that 8 defense, or 6 defense, that absurd defense. Way more defense than Lucian should have. Just kidding. Ooh, the lasso, though. Couldn't quite get enough defense on that one. Sam Lee now down a little bit of a stock. Dudox in deep orange, I'd say. Some burnt orange, some UT orange. So it's not out yet for Sam Lee, but Sam Lee needs to get something. He's looking for that unarmed kill. The lasso doesn't hit the sig though. The hammer drop. Sam Lee didn't avoid it. Instead, he opted to take it so that he could hit Dudox. Can't quite get the sig. Dudox is doing exactly what he needs to do with this stock, which is just get as much damage as possible onto Sam Lee and try to play out the last stock, or even potentially finish it out. But anyways, Sam Lee's looking for that sig. He's looking to finish out this stock so they can go final stock versus final stock. Sam Lee takes the sig to the feet. He's gonna blow the horn. Coming at Dudox. Dudox currently unarmed while Sam Lee's got the gun. But the mine. Sam Lee though, deep red. Not sure he'll be able to make this one. Sam Lee looking for something. Dudok's currently unarmed. Throws out the bomb. That mine explosion made me a little nervous for Dudok's there. Dudok's right now throws the lasso out. Does not quite get the read that he was looking for. Sam Lee just underspacing it. Sam Lee hits the side sig. Goes for a side light. He's looking for something. Hasn't really made any real combos. Even though Qatars have basically all pseudo combos, he hasn't really been able to get anything. He's been hitting some sidelights and stuff, but just hasn't been able to follow it up. Now Sam Lee's on guns while Dudok is on hammer. Sam Lee has been able to clean up this stock. Sorry, not close out, but Dudok closes it out with the recovery, unarmed, sending Sam Lee into the sky. I don't know if that was game 2 or game 3, but we'll see. We might be going to game 3. We might be going to game 3. I don't know. Sam Lee not throwing out the GG. Sam Lee's a little salty. I'm just kidding. He's probably not salty. Let's take a look at the bracket real quick, see if anything's changed. Looks like Kitty has gone on. It's Kitty versus II King right now. And Secret Stake is the only one who seems to have been able to report so far. It looks like we're going to game 3 of Sam Lee versus Dudok's. I think. Not really sure. I'm not sure if Sam Lee's thinking real long and hard about this next map pick, or if it's over. If it's over, this is gonna be a little bit awkward. I'm gonna hop out, see if we can't hop. Let's see. Maximus Maxi's still playing. I don't even know who that is. Maximus Maxi and II King. Is II King playing versus Meow? If so, I want to see that one. Are they in this game already? It looks like... I don't know who that was. Okay, it looks like II King versus Meow. I'm sorry, I keep switching games. Alright, here we go. II King versus Meow. And Sam Lee and Dudok are apparently going to game 3, by the way. But anyways, II King versus Meow. Here we are. Game probably 1 of the set. Both of them on their last stock. II King versus Kitty. Meow. All the neutral airs, but the upsig coming out from II King gets punished by just the straight ground pound, but he's going to hit another side sig. Let's see if he goes for the down sig. No, he's going to go for the up sig. Meow looking to hit the uppercut. There it is. Those side sigs coming out from II King. So many sigs. Meow looking for something right now. Trying to hit those side airs. He's throwing out like 4, I swear. Doesn't quite get anything. Ooh, dodges the side sig. Dodges the down sig. Just completely outspaces the up sig and dodges the side sig. II King has thrown out every sig that he has, and Meow has dodged them beautifully. On the other hand, Meow's just thrown out side airs, as far as I can see. There's the side sig. There's the side light. He's looking for something. Just trying to say, hey, don't come up here. II King barely missing that ground pound. The hammer throw does not get the ground pound, but the recovery sends II King into the sky. GG. Kitty gets game 1. Blackguard Keep gets banned by Kitty. We'll see what II King goes to. Probably Thunderguard or Mammoth. He's going to pick Twilight Grove. Ooh, interesting pick. I'm not sure it really gives a necessary advantage to Queen Nai or anything like that, but you know what? It's Queen Nai, and he likes Twilight Grove. Alright. He gets to pick whatever he wants. II King versus Kitty. Here we go. Game 2, I believe, of the set. Game 2 of round 2. II King just hopping off the platform. Not really sure where he was going with that. Kitty looking for some hammer stuff. Throwing out the stomp. Doesn't he know stomp's not great anymore? Should go for those neutral lights. II King with some solid unarmed combos. Switches to spear though. Gonna see some spear sigs. Nope. Just 2 neutral lights in the air. Sorry, neutral airs. Throws out 1 sig. Goes for the down air. Looking for something side air. Solid dodging coming out of both of them. Goes for the up sig. Goes for 2 sigs. Doesn't hit either of them. Kitty spacing perfectly once again. Knows exactly what II King's doing with those SIGs and spaces them just absolutely amazingly. Sorry, let me close up this chat. Throws out the side SIG though. Kitty with the hammer. Goes for the unarmed combo instead. II King switching to Katars. Looking for a recovery, doesn't get anything. II King with this no SIG. I was actually expecting an up SIG there. II King gets the side SIG though. It's not quite enough. Goes for the up SIG. It wasn't gonna hit though. Oh, the down SIG will. The down SIG sending Kitty into the sky. II King with a slight health advantage, but Kitty's gonna try to clean it up. But he's gonna take a lot of Qatar pseudo combos for his trouble. II King cleaning it up. II King, is he able to make it back? Dodges the mine, but does not dodge the ground pound. Kitty though. Kitty now, he's at a distinct stock advantage. You should be a little bit worried if you were Kitty. Kitty going for those side airs. II King throws out the SIG, doesn't quite get it. Kitty couldn't punish it though, because his up SIG had a little bit of a side angle to it. Going for those down SIGs. Those neutral air. Jeez, the Qatar combos. But the recovery from II King is just too much, sending Kitty flying high. II King looking for those down airs. Just trying to get that little angle on him. Kitty though, throwing out those side airs with the hammer. II King looking for something. Look, he gets that solid pseudo combo. II King, side air. Ooh, but the side SIG is all he needs. II King doesn't get hit by the hammer throw. Oh, but he does. But II King throws out a great mine. Kitty, ooh, barely dodges that bomb. Hits a side air into II King's face, but Kitty is down quite a bit of health. If he doesn't clean out this stock soon, he's not going to stand a chance in this next stock. But they're down. Final stock. Hacks. Final stock. Kitty versus II King. Kitty with a distinct health disadvantage. II King with the up SIG. That's all he needed, sending Kitty into the sky. We're going to game 3, I believe. II King versus Kitty. Twilight Grove, man. Game 3. II King banning Mammoth. Looks like we're going to Thunderguard Stadium. II King versus Kitty. Game 3 of round 2 of the Kappa Kup. We're going to see if II King throws out a bunch of stocks again.
3, 2,
I don't know. We'll see. Oh, look, what was that? II King, sorry. Went for the just like bow taunt, but Kitty was having none of it. He's like, I want to win this. I don't have time for pleasantries. This is the Kappa Kup. This is Kappa's ESL. II King looking for some unarmed combos. Isn't quite able to get it. II King getting spaced out of that weapon as well. Kitty doing a great job. But Kitty is now in trouble. Makes it back to the platform. Trying to edge guard there with that side SIG. Doesn't quite get it, but the side light. Another side air. Ooh, but the down SIG coming out of II King. Ooh, the slide charge doesn't work. Gets kicked to the face, but the side air does work. Sending Kitty off the platform into the side of the ground. Pseudo combos coming out of the Qatars. Neutral light, neutral air, into the side air. That's all you see. That's all you see. But Kitty trying to clean it up. He's trying to do it unarmed too, which is not easy. Unarmed versus Qatars. Gets the hammer that he's looking for. Throwing out the side lights and the side airs. Just dodges over that. But, ooh, Kitty! Kitty, where'd your stock go? I think you dropped it. II King now up 2 stocks to Kitty's 1. Sorry, 3 stocks to Kitty's 1. II King looking to clean it up, trying to 3-stock Kitty right now. Kitty's on Qatars, throws out the SIG. I think he was trying to punish II King's approach there, but II King just said, nah, I'm gonna stay over here. There it is, the up SIG. Can't get the 3-stock. II King, are you gonna be able to close it out? Or are you gonna choke? That's the question. Kitty jumps into the bomb. Oh my god, throws away his weapon now. II King with the Qatars. Is he gonna hit another recovery? No. Kitty just going out of the way to avoid it. Gets the dive kick. Goes for another dive kick into neutral lights. Slide into neutral lights. Ooh! But the up sig coming out of II King is just enough to kill Kitty. There's some really solid unarmed combos coming out of Kitty, but unfortunately they weren't enough. Kitty loses game 2, or game 3. Let's go ahead and check on the bracket once again. So, in winner's bracket, it looks like Dudox did win against Sam Lee in game 3. Kitty beat out Freshies, I believe, or Freshies didn't check in. I don't really know what happened there. I think he beat out Freshies. II King just won against Kitty, and we see Secret Stake beat out Addy. We saw that game 1. Loco Doco looks like he beat out Maximus Maxi, and we're waiting for Stevenator versus Dudox. In the losers bracket, it looks like they haven't quite gotten their matches out yet. Let's see if we can get II King versus Secret Stake. Maybe we can hop in on that one. To answer your question, Panda Man, there is no prize as far as I'm aware. I don't know. This is an in Kappa, so for those of you who are unaware, this is an in Kappa clan fight. I think it's mostly for fun, just to see who's the Kappaist of them all. I don't know if anyone's set up any prize or anything like that. I don't believe there is a prize, and I'm not gonna say there's a prize because I don't want to mislead someone into thinking that they're gonna win something. But I think it's just for the glory and the hype of being the #1 Kappa in the Kappa clan. So anyways, it looks like we're going into the picks and bans, the ban stages of this. Blackguard Keep is banned, King's Pass banned, Mammoth's Forge is banned. What are these bans? So it looks like Twilight Grove, Thunderguard Stadium is who it is now. Wyme? I believe WIM stands for Wyvern, as in the flying dragon type creature. I'm just kidding. But it looks like Thunderguard versus Twilight Grove. We'll see what happens. If II King gets Twilight Grove, he might have a distinct advantage. We saw what he did against Kitty. I don't know, we'll see. There's no glory if you don't fight the White Fang Terror. True. Alright. So here we are. Twilight Grove, II King versus Secret Stake. We know II King does like Twilight Grove. They're gonna go with their pleasantries, their bowing. It looks like Secret Stake's just gonna let II King get that weapon. No, II King's gonna give it to Secret Stake. Not really sure what happened there, but Secret Stake with the sword versus II King's unarmed, and the unarmed is actually winning right now. Secret Stake gonna try to guard this weapon with his life, and so far he's doing alright. Gets the down light into side air, followed up with a side sig. Down light, couldn't quite follow up that one. But II King more than comfortable with his unarmed game, so he's not even worried. But he should be. Secret Stake sending him flying into the sky with that sig. Secret Stake switching to guns this time. II King still unarmed right now, but unarmed does do a little bit better against guns than it does against swords, in my opinion at least. But spear's better than unarmed. Throwing out some SIGs. Not sure if he was expecting Secret Stake to go underneath that platform, but it doesn't matter because Secret Stake is in the red. Secret Stake gets hit by the ground pound from the spear, sent off the side of the map, and now they're basically back to neutral, even health, 2-2. Secret Stake gets the SIG that he's looking for. II King now in bright yellow, neon yellow. Looks like he's going to a rave. Secret Stake looking for a way in on those swords, or sorry, on that gun. Looking for something right now. Went for the... Ooh! Gets hit by the side sig, though. Gets hit once again. Sorry, that's the up sig from Thatch. My mistake. Gets hit by the up sig again. Secret Stake switching to swords. Looks like he's having a little bit more comfort cleaning out stocks with swords. Or he just wants to play a little bit more aggressive. Gets the side sig. II King sent off the map. Even though this is his map of choice, it's not good enough. Down light into side air, not connecting there. But the side sig will connect. Looks for the follow-up with the up sig. Doesn't get it. There's the down light into side air once again. Secret Steak not able to get any Qatar combos or anything right now. He's barely had a weapon, and the two weapons that he's had so far, he's had Spear for the first two stocks, and he's just got Qatars, and he's not even able to get in right now. Secret Steak doing a real good job of controlling those weapons. The up sig, jeez, acting like Queen 9 doesn't have 8 defense. Holy bejeebus. Really good stuff coming out of Secret Steak, sorry, Secret Sting. Get their, I just blended their names together, Secret Steak and II King. My bad. But Secret Steak versus II King. We're going to game 2. Secret Steak bans King's Pass. Mammoth Fortress now is the map of choice. II King didn't want to go back to Twilight Grove apparently.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Game 2 of round 3, I believe, of the Kappa Kup. Secret Steak versus II King. II King does get a weapon this time. He gets the weapon first, and you can see the distinct advantage that he's gotten now that he has those weapons, getting those Qatar combos, while Secret Steak's having trouble just hitting anything. Throwing out those SIGs, though. Not really sure why he's throwing out those SIGs so early. II King's got barely any damage on him. Throwing another side SIG. Both of them going for the side SIGs. Secret Steak throwing out SIGs just like no other. That was almost cute. If he had gotten that spacing right, that gun SIG would have been amazing. Gets the up SIG. Ooh, was trying to edge guard with that down SIG. Trying to get those cannonballs just off the side of the edge, but he takes a side SIG to the face. II King now with a distinct weapon advantage and distinct health advantage right now. Secret Steak looking like he's going to just play it safe, try to avoid II King altogether, but II King says, I'm coming for you. Ooh, does not get the up SIG. Gets the second one. Not enough to kill. Secret Steak not able to edge guard that. II King makes it back to the platform, and he has the Qatars to boot. Secret Steak in a lot of trouble right now. He's taking a lot of damage trying to clean out this stock. II King looking for that side SIG, looking to try to 3-0 this or something. Gets the down air, doesn't get a follow-up, but he takes the down SIG to the face. Slide charge. Ooh! Ooh, just on the edge of that Phoenix. Oh my gosh. Secret Steak in a lot of trouble right now. II King going for another slide charge. Does not get hit by the recovery. Gets hit by the second one though. Now they're down 2 stocks each, but Secret Steak is in a lot, and I mean a lot of trouble with that health. II King currently doesn't have any options for weapons, but the game says, hey, I know you're better with a weapon. How about I spawn one in your face? And II King says, I will take it. I will accept this weapon. Oh, gracious game. Secret Steak trying to get some damage out with those guns, but II King perfectly comfortable just taking weapons from the game. Gets the down SIG. Secret Steak now on his last stock. II King basically at full health. I don't know what Secret Steak's gonna do. Might have to just go to game 3. He looks like he's gonna play it safe. II King's trying to control those weapons. He's just gonna stand on it. Secret Steak says, "No, I'm not playing that game. I'm just gonna wait for a gun to come to me." And when II King came for him, Secret Steak just went past him, picked up the gun, gets the down air, and cleans it up. Very great stuff. II King and Secret Steak now back to even. Secret Steak doesn't want to bring this to game 3. He says, I'm gonna clean it out now. You go into losers bracket, homie. But he's not there yet. Secret Steak has to finish off this last stock, and II King has had a health advantage. Now they're basically even. II King with the spear though against Secret Steak's guns. II King getting stuck on spears. He's thrown away 3 spears so far. He hasn't been able to pick up Qatars, which I think he's looking for. Look, there is another spear throw, and there's the Qatars he's looking for. Goes for the side SIG. II King trying to space with those cannonballs. Looking for the SIG. Secret Steak was looking for those cannonballs. II King throws out the SIG, and it's enough. Thatch's defense is just too low. Going to game 3. II King versus Secret Steak. Really good stuff. Really close. Oh no, Sam Lee, I'm sorry you got knocked out. Anyways, II King banning Mammoth's Fortress. Secret Steak picking Thunderguard Stadium. Here we go. Game 3. Secret Steak, II King of round 3. Really close matches. Really good play coming out from both players. II King and Secret Steak. It's going to come down to the weapons. II King, if he gets the weapon first, or if he can get onto a weapon, then Secret Stake's gonna have a lot of trouble. Secret Stake just going for the unarmed to prevent Aya King from getting to that weapon, but Aya King doesn't care. He's gonna go for the unarmed combo. Secret Stake throwing away the spear, went for the bomb throw. Doesn't get anything with it, but Aya King's got a spear now, while Aya King's got a sword. Sorry, Secret Stake has a sword. I'm getting their names so mixed up in my head. I'm so sorry. But Aya King, I don't know why he threw away his spear there. What was that? Doesn't matter though, he gets the spear anyways. Secret Stake throwing out those SIGs. Throws the sword, picks it back up. Doesn't go for the bomb throw. No, doesn't get anything with that bomb throw. Picks up the mine. Oh, the mine hits him in the head though. Ground pound. Gets another explosive device. That's all he needs. Homie is playing the explosive game, pretending he's the demo man from TF2. These bombs and mines are just too strong. Secret Stake on guns versus Aya King's spear. Aya King not quite comfortable with spear. Takes a side air to the face while he's at it. There's the lights. Sorry. Went for the up sig. Goes for the side sig now. Goes for the up sig. Thatch into the sky. He is a birdman. Aya King throws away the guitars, but Secret Stake spawns next to a weapon. Went for the up sig. Went for the down air. Looking for something. Not sure why he's throwing out sigs just yet. Not really able to punish anything that Aya King is doing. Secret Stake throwing out another sig. Trying to punish that, but Aya King dodges it. Absolutely beautifully. Side air. Side air. Ooh, into the up sig. I think Aya King was expecting another side air. Ground pound into recovery. Just completely controlling those weapons. Aya King's in a lot of trouble right now. Isn't able to do anything, but he gets the spear, and he's got the health to come back. Ooh, dodging the mine! No, he doesn't! He doesn't dodge the mine! That was an absolutely beautiful mine into that wall. Secret Stake, now he's just got to control this weapon. Doesn't quite control it, but it's okay because it's a spear. Throws away the sword, calls in a gun, but it doesn't matter. Aya King's got some spear game. Throws the spear down, doesn't get the spike that he was looking for, but he really wanted to do it, so he did it anyways, even though he didn't have any follow-up with it. Ooh, but the bomb is going to actually hit Secret Stake a little bit more, but it doesn't matter because Secret Stake's got a whole stock advantage. Gets hit by the slide charge, and now we're almost to neutral. Aya King with a slight advantage in the way of weapons, but Secret Stake doesn't mind. Going for the unarmed, gets the gun spawn. Looking for some side airs right there. Aya King looking for an approach with that guitar. Trying to get a dive in. For a side air. Went the wrong way with that side air, unfortunately. He's looking for something. Just dodging around, spacing. Does not get the dive kick that he was looking for. Secret Stake, though, looking for some down airs. Trying to punish that sig with his own sig, but not quite fast enough. They're both at basically neutral health. Next sig could do it, and there it is. Aya King hits Secret Stake with the sig. Secret Stake going down to loser's bracket, getting knocked out by Aya King. Really good stuff. Alright, let's take a look at the bracket again. Here we are in round 3. Aya King beat Secret Stake. Over in loser's bracket, Addy beat out Sam Lee. Maximus Maxi and Freshies still looking to play, it looks like. I'm not quite sure what's going on over there. Kitty versus Addy, though, that might be happening right now. And we got Stevenator versus Loco Dogo. Let's see if we can hop into that one. Not sure what game we're in as far as that match goes. So it looks like Oramus is subbing for Loco Dogo. I think he said that in chat. Not sure. But either way. Alright, so it looks like we're at least in game 2 or game 3. It looks like they've already played one map. So Loco Dogo, or Oramus, I guess. Looks like he beat Steve game 1. He gets to ban a map. He bans Twilight Grove. So Stevenator's gonna pick King's Pass. Oh my gosh, but Oramus on Taros. I now have to support Oramus with all my heart, because I'm a Taros boy, man. Can't argue with the Taros. Alright, here we go. Oramus versus Stevenator. Game 2 or Game 3. Let me make sure that this is on the right scene. Game 2 or Game 3, not quite sure. Oramus versus Stevenator. Oramus gets the weapon first, but it's King's Pass. It looks like Oramus is going to say, hey, you stay on your platform, I'll stay on mine, but Stevenator's not having that. Coming in. Yeah, it looks like Zacatec's confirming that Oramus is subbing for Loco Doco. But anyways, so Oramus on that axe, throwing out those Tauros axes, the down airs and the up airs and then side airs, just all the airs, man. But Stevenator on that Qatar game. Qatar is arguably one of the best weapons right now. But axe is also one of the best weapons right now. They're really evenly matched. Oh my gosh. Oramus looking for those down airs, but Stevenator gets the up sig. Isn't quite enough to finish out Tauros, or Oramus, I should say. Oramus not able to get a weapon spawn on his platform. Stevenator says, "Hey, I'm coming for you." Oramus looking to dodge around. Went for the unarmed. Stevenator just protecting that weapon. Oramus not able to get away from the side air from Stevenator. Stevenator goes for the ground pound, doesn't get it. Oramus calls in a hammer, but Stevenator got a hammer of his own. Oramus looking for an axe, I think. Went for the ground pound, doesn't get it. And by ground pound, I mean stomp, excuse me. Throws the hammer, gets the axe that he's looking for, but it doesn't matter. Stevenator is comfortable on axe and Katars. I mean hammer and Katars, sorry. Stevenator just staying on the outside, forcing Oramus to come to him. Both of them in deep red, real close. I'm surprised Stevenator didn't go for any sort of just edgeguard tech or anything, but it doesn't matter. Oramus makes it back to the platform. Stevenator gets the neutral lights, tried to go for the side sig, but he went the wrong way with the side sig, unfortunately. Oramus, with a little bit of the axe game, went for the down sig, didn't quite get it. Ooh, the mine! Ooh, mine does not hit, though. Oramus looking for some axe stuff. Doesn't hit the axe, and instead gets hit by the hammer. Stevenator getting the first kill of this game. Oramus currently unarmed, trying to dodge away from Stevenator, but Stevenator's chasing him real hard with that hammer. Already getting some P on Oramus, but Oramus hits the side air with the axe. Doesn't hit the down air, does not. Ooh, but he throws the axe. Stevenator gets sent off the map, and we're back to neutral, boys. 2-2. Oramus trying to clear out the weapons, isn't quite able to do it in time. Stevenator gets the hammer that he's looking for, but Oramus is just going to play it safe, going to stay on his platform and says, "Hey, you got to come to me. You got to come to me." Sorry, to answer your question, Panda Man, if I do viewer songs, it's going to be not during a tournament. So probably after the tournament. Anyways, Secret Stake versus Oramus. Oramus taking quite a bit of damage. Oramus on that axe, looking for something, trying to go for the sig there. But sorry, this isn't Secret Stake. What am I saying? Stevenator. Excuse me, Stevenator with that hammer. Stevenator switching to guitars right now, but Oramus just playing it safe on his platform. Goes for the uplight, doesn't quite get it though. He's just gonna play it safe on his platform. He's saying, "Steve, you gotta come to me." Went for the up sig there, but Steve makes it onto the platform. Steve looking for something, looking for a sig. Oramus and Steve once again both in the red. Steve gets the side sig that he was looking for. Steve not sure if he'll be able to clean out all the weapons, but he's gonna clean out all the weapons on that platform at the very least. Oramus gets the down air with the axe though. Up sig, but Steve with the reverse scoop sends Oramus down a little bit, but Oramus has quite a bit of health, so it's not going to do that much. Oramus switching to axe once again. Stevenator in the deep red. All Oramus needs is a really solid side air, or maybe a recovery, or even a sig, just anything. Goes for the side sig, doesn't quite get it. There's the down ground pound from the axe. Isn't quite enough. That middle area is real safe, actually. If you get hit with too much sideward momentum, it's going to send you just bouncing between the two walls instead of down, and it won't actually kill. Which I think is why Oramus is trying to get that down air, and it's why Steve is playing it inside of that. But goes on the wrong side of Oramus, gets hit by the side air. Now Oramus trying to clear out the weapons, gets stuck on a hammer. I don't think that's what he was looking for, but I think he's comfortable with it. Steve looking for some unarmed combos. Oramus throws away his hammer so that he can pick up the other hammer that's on the ground. Steve currently unarmed, looking for the mine throw, doesn't get the mine. Oramus though controlling the weapons real well. Steve having a lot of trouble getting anything. Here we go. Sorry, not egg soup. Steve with the sentinel got the Katars. Oramus threw away his hammer, switched to axe. Now we got Katars versus axe. Axe isn't enough. He hasn't really thrown out any weapons, but once again, Oramus looking to play safe. It looks like Oramus wants that top platform, not quite as comfortable on the lower platform. Steve throws away his weapon, instead picks up the same weapon, goes for the neutral air. It's the downlight, throws the guitars, but didn't have quite enough follow-up to kill. Oramus in a lot of trouble as far as health goes. Steve going to try to play it safe in that shenanigans type area. Oramus looking to chase. Once again, Oramus onto the platform that he prefers. Looks like he's going to just stay there. Has no problem staying there. Steve has to come in. Oramus throws out the SIG. Steve doesn't get anything. Gets hit by the side light. But he makes it onto the platform. Oramus gives him enough room. But Steve gets hit by the down air. Doesn't get hit by the SIG. Ooh, barely missing with that axe throw. But can Steve edge guard hard enough? No, it looks like he can't. Looks like he went for the reverse read, but Oramus didn't want to go anywhere near it. Steve went for the ground pound. Instead, it was more of a bait, forcing Oramus over to the left. But Oramus is completely fine with that. Sends Steve off the side of the map with the SIG. I believe that is it for Steve. Steve knocked down in the loser's bracket. Oh no. Oh no. Let's take a quick look at, whoopsies, that's the wrong button. Boop. That switch scenes. Take a look. Whoa. Don't know what happened there. Anyways. Here we are in the bracket. We just saw Oramus playing for Loco Doco beat out Stevenator. So now it's Oramus and II King in the semifinals. Over on loser's side, Maximus Maxi beat out Freshies. Meow, Kitty Meow just beat out Addy. So Kitty Meow versus Steve, and Maximus Maxi and Dudox, I assume, are fighting it out. Let's go ahead and see if we can hop in on Oramus or II King. Is II King? II King is not in a game currently. Steve, I think Steve is going to be playing against Kitty, but let's see if we can let's catch Maximus Maxi versus Dudox. All right, here we are. Maximus Maxi versus Dudox. I'm not sure what game this is right now, but Maximus Maxi versus Dudox. Looks like it's just started. They're both on 3 stocks. They're both in the red though. Dudox looking for something with those SIGs. Dudox likes to throw out those lassos. Maximus Maxi gets hit by the lasso. Yep, there it is. So we got 2 stocks to 3 stocks, but Dudox is pretty low. If this bomb hits? No, it doesn't. Doesn't get any sort of uppercut or anything like that. Goes for the unarmed combo. Doesn't go for the uppercut. Instead goes for the neutral air. I don't know if the uppercut would have killed, but I think it would have been a better chance than the neutral air. Maximus looking for something with those SIGs. Oh, I did not change the scene. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Where's EXO? I need EXO. I'm sorry. Old habits die hard. Did I fix it? There we go. I fixed it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. Anyways, in the meantime, it looks like Maximus Maxi got that stock onto Dudox, and now we're back to even 2-2, but Dudox has put quite a bit of damage onto Maximus Maxi. I'm sorry. It's my fault. It's my fault. Maximus Maxi looking for something, trying to get some damage on the secret stake. Or sorry, not. I keep saying secret stake. Dudox. I don't know why I keep thinking secret stake. Dudox gets the up sig though. Maximus Maxi now has quite a bit of health to come back. Maximus Maxi getting those neutral airs like no other. Neutral air once again. There's the neutral light on the ground. And there's the up sig to finish it out. Now they're back to even 1 stock each. Dudox looking for something with that hammer. Got the scoop, but didn't have any follow-up throughout the SIG. Getting those side lights, though. Switches weapons, gonna go for the guns. Gets a side SIG, goes for another side SIG. Doesn't quite get it. Maximus Maxi almost gets killed by that recovery. Hits a couple neutral. Ooh, but he doesn't have any real follow-up. He's trying to get some Qatar combo going. Dodging these SIGs, though. Dudox looking for something here. Trying to get that hammer SIG. Went for those side SIGs once again with the hammer. Gets the side air, though. Throws the weapon down. Doesn't quite throw it enough to the left to edge guard. but it doesn't matter because he's still got a distinct advantage controlling that platform space. I don't know if Max can make it back. Does not have enough jumps. Dudox wins. Alright. I think that was game 2, so let's go ahead and see if we can get an Aya King versus Oramis. Looks like they're playing with team damage on this time. I'm gonna mix it up, do it a little bit different for this game. I'm kidding. Aya King versus Oramis. Aya King saying that he's scared of Steve, but why does it matter when Oramis is the one who knocked out Steve? Aya King banning Mammoth's Fortress. Oramis going for Twilight ban. That was Aya King's favorite map. What are you doing? What are you doing? Now there's what? Well, we're gonna get a King's Pass. No, we're going to Blackguard Keep. I think that's the first time I've seen Blackguard Keep all game. So we got Oramis with his signature Taros versus Aya King with the Queen and Eye. Here we go. Aya King, this is winners semifinals. Aya King versus Oramis, subbing in for El Loco Dogo. No polite taunts at the beginning. Aya King doesn't get the first weapon. Oramis, he's gonna try to control these weapons as best that he can. Gets stuck on hammer though. Gets the sig though. Stomp into the up sig. Goes for the side sig. Doesn't quite get anything. Aya King still unable to get a weapon. Ooh, but did Oramis run out of jumps? Doesn't matter. He gets hit by the bomb and now Oramis is out of a stock. Oh my gosh. Real unfortunate. Real big misplay coming out of Oramis. Oramis had a distinct advantage there, but miscalculated his jumps and got hit by the bomb. Aya King now with a weapon versus Oramis with the axe. Oramis looking for a sig, doesn't get anything. Aya King throwing out a sig of his own, but gets punished for it. But the neutral sig. Oramis currently unable to get in. Aya King went for the side sig, went for the down sig, excuse me. Went for the side sig again. Oramis now down 2 stocks. Aya King gets the taunt off. He deserves it at this point. Holy butt. Holy butt. Oramis looking for something, looking for some sort of unarmed combo. Instead, he's gonna go get that axe, dodges, but gets hit by the up sig. He's been getting hit by all these sigs. Aya King getting a little bit punished, but not really. Got just slapped with the axe, but Aya King still got quite a bit of health. Oramis throwing out the weapon, picks up the mine, doesn't get anything. Oramis looking for some axe play. Gets the sig. Is it enough? No, it's not. The defense of Queen Nai is just too much. Read the side sig. Can he read the down sig? There it is. Oramis looking for some sort of cleanup on just 1 stock. Doesn't want to get 3 stock. Is he going to get hit by this up sig? No, he's not. Is he going to get hit by the down sig? No, he's not. Is he going to get hit by the side sig? No, he's not. Oramis doesn't get hit by the mine either. Oramis gets the down air, doesn't get a follow-up that he's looking for, throws away the axe. Looks like he wanted to get that weapon, but doesn't matter. He gets the boot to Aya King's face. But Oramis still has a distinct stock disadvantage. He's got quite the health disadvantage to make up. Aya King just playing it safe, not even going near that mine or those weapons. Doesn't matter though. The mine blew up on its own. Aya King now with the spear versus Oramis' axe. Aya King looking for some spear game. Gets the pogo, doesn't get any follow-up. No neutral airs coming out of Aya King. But the axe chase is just so strong. Oramis just doing a great job staying on top of him, throwing those axe up air, those down airs and up airs, man. Aya King throws the spear away, picks it back up, couldn't get a weapon instead. Goes for the neutral air, doesn't get anything. Oramis throws out the axe. Ooh, but he gets hit by the sig! Is Oramis makes it back just barely. But he's still in a lot of trouble. Aya King dodges the bomb. Throws out the side stick, doesn't quite get it. Oramis now with the hammer while Aya King threw away his weapon. Looks like he wants to finish this out unarmed style. Or with a mine. Nope. There it is! Unarmed and mine. Sorry, he wanted to do both. Oramis down game 1. Ormus, he knows he messed up on that first stock, though. He knows he messed up on that first stock. The second stock was just absolutely beautiful play, but I think Ormus could have done way better if he had gotten better control of that first stock. King banning Thunderguard Stadium, so Ormus now gets to pick whatever map that he chooses, and it's Mammoth Fortress. Here we go, Ormus versus King. Game 2, King managed to bring it back against Ormus. Ormus messed up in the first stock of the game. Second stock got just completely dominated, couldn't get control of a weapon. And third stock, he just got kicked into a mine. He was actually bringing it back for a little bit there on that third stock, but just didn't turn it on quite early enough. King gets a weapon spawn on top of him, but so does Ormus. Ormus has the axe versus King's guitars. Ormus can a slight early start with that axe, throws out the sig, doesn't quite get it. Ooh, doesn't throw out a second one. I was really expecting one. Looking for those axe airs. Dodging. Ooh, but gets hit by the side light. Ormus looking for something. Throws away the axe. Goes for the unarmed combo instead. Gets hit for his troubles. The side sig, not enough. Queen Eye just straight up too much defense. No edge guard tech once again. Just not quite aggressive enough. Gets the side air though. He's going to go for something there. No edge guard once again. Gets the down air. Ormus looking for something once again, trying to keep that pressure on top of King. King stuck on this spear. Throws the spear, trying to deflect Ormus from coming after him. Doesn't matter. Ormus with complete control of all weaponry. King picked up the horn, decides to throw it instead. I'm just saying, get away from me. The weapon almost spawned on top of King, but King couldn't pick it up in time and gets hit by the side air. Ormus now going to throw away that hammer, trying to keep control of the weapons. King though able to get control of that spear, but Ormus with the axe. Ormus trying to keep that pressure on once again. Just trying to stay on top of him. King gets the guitars, doesn't get the up sig. Looking for side sigs, going for a down sig. Ormus didn't, just dodged it. Real good stuff. Really solid dodging from Ormus right now. King just throwing out those sigs. Just all sorts of sigs. He really wants to close out this stock ASAP. There it is, side sig. That's all he was looking for. He threw out 5 of them. All he needed was 1 to hit. He's going to stick on those guitars. Ormus able to get an axe though, right off spawn. Both of them at basically neutral health. A little bit in the yellow each. A little bit of PP. Ormus with that axe though, doesn't get hit by the up sig. Oh, wasn't able to get 2 up airs. Sometimes you can do it. Is he going to be able to get it? Nope, doesn't get the up air that time either. Goes for the sig. King just runs into it. I don't think he read it. Taros axe game too strong. Trying to keep that pressure on. I'm not really sure why he wasn't trying to just control that weapon a little bit harder. He was trying to just be aggressive over controlling the weapon, which is fine. But in the end, King ended up getting that guitar. Doesn't get the up sig that he wanted though. King goes in, doesn't get the neutral lights. Going for more side sigs, goes for the down sig again. That's his habit. Side sig into down sig. Ooh, but the side air. It's enough to knock Ormus far enough away that he couldn't jump back up to the platform. Ormus and King back to neutral, but Ormus has a slight health advantage. Ormus throws away the axe, going for the hammer instead. Tried to get a side air, couldn't quite get it. Axe just a little bit faster, Qatar just a little bit faster. Looking for that, looking for something. Spike ball. Nope, not enough spike balls. Ooh, couldn't punish though with the neutral sig. Just the up sig of Queen Eye, just a little bit too high, unfortunately. Looks like he's gonna just try to hold the platform, wait for King to come back up. King knows that he's up to something. Hi, cat. King knows that Ormus is up to something. He's gonna go for the taunt, and he's gonna get an axe to the face for it. They're both just playing it real safe. Neither of them wants to give up this stock. I'm not sure if this is a best of 3 or a best of 5, but either way, nobody wants to lose it. King has control of it. He has the guitars. He has the neutral game. And he gets the side sig. Ormus taken out.
One wins.
I'm not sure if this is a best of 3 or a best of 5. Once again. But it looks like Aya King won 2 so far. So if this is a best of 3, then that means Ormus is down in the losers bracket. I think it's best of 3, they saying. Looks like they're gonna ask. Gonna just make sure. Neither of them are sure. So winners finals are best of 5, but our semifinals. In the meantime, we're going to take a look at the bracket. Here we go. We just saw Ormus lose to Aya King, so Aya King's not going to be in the winners bracket. I haven't seen anything of Secret Stake of Dudox, but it looks like Stevenator knocked Kitty out of the bracket. Okay. So only finals are best of 5, it looks like. Only grand finals. Okay. So Secret Stake and Dudox, I don't think I have either of them on my friends list to watch. Boo. Alright, well then I guess we'll wait for this losers bracket to come back. In the meantime, I'm gonna play music. I'm gonna take a quick break. Before we get to, what are we at? Before we get into losers semifinals, losers finals, as well as the finals of the entire tournament. So, give me a little bit. Thank you all for watching and hanging out. Appreciate all y'all. I'm so sorry, I muted my mic because I went to get a drink. But here we are. Losers semifinals. Winner of this goes on to fight against Oramus, who is subbing in for Loco Dogo, and then the winner of that will go into the finals against I King, which is our best of 5 match. Anyways, looks like Stevenator's gonna try to random this. That's dirty. That's dirty. So it looks like we got King's Pass ban, Blackguard Keep ban, Thunderguard Stadium ban, Mammoth Fortress is left, I believe. Yeah, Mammoth Fortress is left. So it looks like we're going to Mammoth Fortress. Secret Stake versus Stevenator. Stevenator randoms the Cassidy. Not the worst thing to random. Could have easily randomed something like Vrax or Hattori. So I don't think he is mad at all.
3, 2,
Not sure why he's randoming though, but whatever. It's the Kappa clan fight. So stuff like this is expected from Kappa boys. Secret Stake gets control of those guns early, and he's putting out a lot of damage onto Stevenator. Stevenator, infinitely faster than any other Cassidy I've ever seen. What is going on? Homie turned on the turbo button. But he's got the guns, doesn't get the upsig, instead gets ground pounded in the face. Secret Stake just throwing out weapons, throws the bomb out, doesn't get anything with it. Goes for the neutral air, just completely avoids that side sig. I totally forgot to turn this music. I'm gonna turn on this music real quick, I'm sorry. Turn that down. That's super loud. Anyways, back into this. Secret Stake, whoa, what? In the time it took me to turn down the music, it looks like Secret Stake got a kill on the Stevenator. So fast, oh my gosh. Anyways, Secret Stake though is in the red, so Stevenator could very easily clean this up and bring it back to neutral if he just gets one sig. Just a lasso, that's all he's looking for. Do what Doodogs did and throw out the lasso. Doesn't get it, throws out the up sig, gets punished by the spike ball. Looking for the side lights, gets the side sig though. And now they're at almost even. Cassidy just a little bit more in the yellow. Secret Stake gets a hold of that sword though and goes straight into the sword neutral lights. The side lights though coming out from Stevenator. Ooh, gets hit by the bomb! Is he gonna be able to make it back? He does have one jump. Ooh, and he does have another and a recovery, or sorry, a dodge. So he makes it back completely fine, but he is in super red. Not sure if he's gonna be able to clean up what has happened. Secret Stake. Ooh, gets the sig! Stevenator just barely dodging into that. Slight misplay, or great read coming out of Secret Stake. Not sure which one, or maybe both. Who knows? Secret Stake though, throwing out the cannonballs, gets hit by the stomp into the lasso. Gets hit by the side sig, gets hit by the down sig, and he gets hit by the hammer throw. He's taking a lot of damage. Stevenator looking to clean this one up once again. For some reason, Stevenator just plays infinitely better right after he's died. Is he gonna... Ooh, almost lands into that mine. Really dangerous situation right there. There's the side air coming out of Stevenator. Mine blows up. Stevenator looking for the side sig, looking for the down sig. Not sure why he's not like slide charging it or anything, but don't worry about it, because he's still controlling that platform. Gets the side air, sending Secret Stakes off the side of the map. So much alliteration coming out of these Stevenator versus Secret Stakes. Anyways, looking for the side air. The side sig coming out. Throws the sword. Throwing out another side sig. Looking for something. Looking for something. There's a side air. There's enough. That side air just does so much damage, especially since Thatch has only 3 defense. Sorry, excuse me. Anyway, Secret Stake and Stevenator at more or less even. Stevenator just a little bit lower health. Just a little bit more in the yellow. Getting hit by those guns. Doesn't get hit by the gun sig though. The bomb throw. Dodges the bomb throw. Doesn't punish the dive kick. The neutral air. Can't get more neutral airs though, but he can get the side air. Slide charge into lasso. Great slide charge coming out of Stevenator. Holy butt. Holy butt. That was a really great slide charge. That was amazing. Oramus looking for the Kappa Twitch chat. Stevenator just keeping with those random, and it doesn't seem like it matters because he just won that last one. Let's see who he gets this time. Stevenator's so cocky he can play random and still win in the semifinals of the losers bracket. I don't know what's going on. Stevenator random Sentinel though. And I do believe that Stevenator does play Sentinel, so we might see just an even more dominant match coming out of Stevenator.
3, 2, 1, fall!
But Secret Stakes on the other hand gets control of the first weapon, but Stevenator doesn't care. Going for the unarmed combo. Both taking quite a little bit of damage, but the gun's just a little bit better. Stevenator gets control of the hammer though. And for the neutral air, side air, neutral air, side sig coming out of Stevenator. Almost enough, but the neutral sig is enough to send Secret Stakes off the map. Stevenator is in complete control of the map right now. But Secret Stakes get a weapon, gets the up sig coming out. Looking for some side airs once again. Looking for something. Ooh, Stevenator just jumps into the neutral sig from Secret Stakes. Stevenator looking for those neutral lights, but he's getting hit by the side airs. Neutral light. Oh, no neutral air follow up. Stevenator chasing down Secret Stakes, just trying to stay on top of him. Trying to not let Secret Stakes get the spacing that he's looking for. Gets that recovery though. Ooh, Secret Stakes could have gone for another recovery. Not sure if it would have hit. It looks like Stevenator dodged the neutral light anyways, but would have been nice. Secret Stakes gets the sword. Doesn't get anything. He's trying to finish off Stevenator. Stevenator looking for the hammer sig though. Gets the neutral light. No follow up. Oh, but the ground pound coming out as Secret Stakes. Stevenator looking for some side air. Oh, goes for the side sig. Doesn't even care that Secret Stakes was charging that. Does not even care. Secret Stakes. Oh my god. Side sig coming out Secret Stakes. Just enough to kill Stevenator. Stevenator though up a full stock advantage. Not sure what he's going to be able to do. Looking for that dive in. The guitars versus guns. Once again, Stevenator is just trying to put that pressure on to Secret Stakes. There's the dive. Ooh, doesn't hit the up sig. Secret Stakes gets the guns though. It's the second neutral light he's gotten in a row. Looking for more of those. Ooh, the neutral sig though. Stevenator and taking quite a bit of damage. Secret Stake gonna be able to bring it back. Not sure. Goes for the side sig. Goes for a neutral sig. Looks like he's trying to punish any sort of approach that Stevenator might make. But now that Stevenator has gotten on top of him, I don't know if Secret Stake's gonna be able to get away. But he does with the help of the side air. There's another side air. Goes for the cannonballs. Stevenator dodges just barely under him. Really good zoning up sig. Stevenator, ooh, just jumps over Secret Stake's sig. But now Secret Stake's throwing away his weapon. Not sure what he's going to be able to do. He's looking for that weapon, but he gets hit by the side sig from Stevenator. Secret Stakes is knocked out of the bracket. Going back to the bracket now. It looks like it is Stevenator is going to go on to the semifinals against Loco Doco, who is currently being subbed in by Orimus. I don't know if Loco Doco is going to take over now that he's woken up from his nap. Not sure. I'm not sure if Orimus is going to come in. It looks like we're waiting on Orimus. I'll move this down a little bit so it's more neutral. You might win a skin or something. Here's a prize. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, it looks like Loco can't take over, can't take back his spot. So it's going to be Orimus who plays it out for him. It looks like Orimus is in here. Going back. Stevenator sticking to this random. So here we are. Oramus versus Stevenator. This is losers finals. Stevenator just on that random train right now. But Oramus's axe game has been absurd so far. So I'm gonna ban Twilight Grove first. King's Pass ban second. This is a rematch of an earlier match in the game. We'll see if Oramus can reprise his role as the killer of Stevenator, sending him into the losers bracket, or if Stevenator, by playing random, will make it back up. Looks like they've decided on the map. I'm not sure what it was. I think it was Blackguard Keep. I wasn't 100% paying attention, not gonna lie. No, it's Mammoth Fortress. My bad. They banned Blackguard Keep. Anyways, here we are. Game 1, winners finals. Stevenator versus Oramus. Stevenator on Queen Nai. Oramus is comfortable playing against Queen Nai. He was playing against Aya King, but he did also lose to Queen Nai, so we'll see if Stevenator is able to do the exact same thing that Aya King did. Side sig, down sig. Looks like he's doing it right. The Queen Nai sigs are too fast. Looking for some neutral lights though. Stevenator not uncomfortable with Katars. He does play Sentinel. We just saw that last game. So I think he's not going to have too much trouble with the Queen Nice and Katars. The main difference going to be, is he going to be able to adjust to the SIGs, but it looks like it doesn't matter because the side airs are just too strong. Oramus sent off the side of the map. Stevenator now with a huge advantage, just got a little bit of PP on him. Took the bomb to the face, but it doesn't matter because he's Queen Nai and she's got 8 defense. Oramus having trouble getting control of a weapon right now. Stevenator just defending that weapon so hard. Gets the side sig. Oramus gets the hammer. Is it enough though? He can't get the sider. Gets the scoop though. Doesn't get anything else. Goes for the side sig. Doesn't quite get it. Doesn't get any sort of downlight. Anything in there? Not really. Unfortunately, that axe throw, that was real awkward. That happens in the game sometimes when the inputs come out too fast, is you try to throw it to the right, and then the game says, nah, you're throwing it to the left. You saw that little twitch, but Stevenator gets the side sig, sending Oramus off the side of the map. Oramus in a lot of trouble right now. Hasn't been able to get control of an axe at all. Oramus with the hammer now. Stevenator with the spears. Stevenator sticking with the spear. Oramus not able to get a weapon right now. Oramus in a lot of trouble. Has to make back 3 stocks if he has any chance of winning this. Gets the punch in the back of her head. Queen Nai still just in absolute control. Oramus looking for a weapon. He's been on so many hammers. So unfortunate. His axe is absolutely dominant, but his hammer game is not quite comfortable. See if he goes for a sig or anything. No, instead dodges away. Not sure if he was trying to read something, but the side sig is enough to send Stevenator off the side of the map. Oramus now has an axe. Stevenator has no weapon, and that's exactly the situation you want to be in if you're Oramus, except for the fact that you're 2 stocks down and you're in the red on your final stock. Ooh, the bomb though. The bomb. It's all Stevenator needed to close out game 1 of losers finals. Oramus saying, good lord, where was that Stevenator? In my defense, it's true. It's true. Stevenator did not choose Queen Nai. The game chose Queen Nai for him. Stevenator sticking to that random game, and it's been working. It's been working. I'm not sure who he doesn't want. Maybe Orion? Doesn't seem like he's that comfortable with Spear, and I'm not sure how comfortable he is with Lance. So maybe something like Orion might hurt him. Maybe something like Vrax might hurt him. I think he'd be alright if he got stuck with Roland. And I feel like he'd be okay if he got Scarlet. Scarlet might hurt. But the Lord Vrax, arguably one of the 2 worst characters in the game by a lot of people's tier list. So we'll see how this works out. Stevenator, going back to Mammoth Fortress. Stevenator versus Oramus. Losers final. Stevenator is on that blue Lord Vrax. Oramus got the axe this time. Not going to be stuck on hammers. Stevenator looking for those side airs. Got the neutral air. Got the side air. Side air. Nope. Ooh, went for just went for the whip. Couldn't quite get it. Throwing out those sigs. Stevenator's plan is just gonna keep hitting them, and we'll see what happens. Goes for the air down light. He's got guns though. Oramus has a distinct... He's playing distinctly better this game, and I'm not sure if it's because Stevenator's on Vrax or if it's because he's gotten control of an axe. But Ormus looking for those axe. He's looking for those axe down airs, but he hasn't been able to get in. I know the lance is definitely really strong at deterring those axe hits if Stevenator gets control of it, but I don't know. Ormus going for the unarmed, doesn't get anything, goes for the bomb thrower, doesn't get anything either. Calls in a weapon, it's the hammer. Let's see if he can get anything with that hammer. Gets hit by the side sig from Vrax. Stevenator looking for something, doesn't go for the recovery, instead goes for 2 side airs, gets a 3rd side air, and that is enough. 3rd time is the charm to kill Ormus. Stevenator gonna control this weapon, but it doesn't matter because Ormus gets a weapon spawned on him. Ormus gets an axe once again. Let's see if he can close out this stock. Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. With the cheer from Taros. Threw off his axe, threw off his hammer. Doesn't matter. Stevenator gonna pick up that gun that just spawned out of the sky. Looked like Ormus was trying to kick him into that mine, but couldn't quite do it. Ormus gets the axe spawn again. He's going to be able to put pressure on him. Is he going to be able to put pressure on Stevenator? Stevenator with the side sig. Goes for the down sig. Not quite what he wanted. That down sig does have quite a big safety box. Ormus looking to get in once again. Gets hit by the down sig. Goes to hammer this time. Not sure why. Couldn't pick up his axe again. Calls in another weapon. It's an axe. It's okay. Gets the side air. Is he going to be able to do a sig? No. Does not hit the sig. Stevenator not on any weapons right now. Dodges the axe there. Ormus not aggressive. Doesn't want to chase. Not playing that exo style of I'm going to just beat you off the map multiple times. Ooh, Stevenator with the whip. Ormus looking for it. Gets back to the platform. Stevenator isn't able to stop him from getting there. Stevenator with a good sig, but Ormus dodges just in time. Ooh, gets hit by the side sig. Stevenator off the side of the map. Ormus now with a slight advantage, but he is in deep red. All Stevenator needs is one good hit, one good whip, one good something, and Ormus and Stevenator will be back at neutral. Stevenator seems to want the guns over the lance. Like I said, it seems like he's not comfortable with the lance. Maybe get him stuck on a lance character and we'll see what happens. But he gets the up 6, sending Ormus into the sky, and now we're back to neutral. If Ormus can't get an axe, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Ormus not able to get any hits on. It looks like he's just going to run away and try to pick up an axe, but he gets the axe that he's looking for. Dodging around. Ormus looking for a way to get in right now, but Stevenator is just zoning so hard with those guns. Just the neutral lights. Ormus looking for something. Went for the neutral air. Went for 2 neutral airs. Couldn't get anything. Calls in a weapon. It's an axe. It's okay. He's got axes just on delivery. Gets the recovery though. Stevenator kills Ormus. Even with Vrax, arguably one of the lowest tier characters. Really good stuff coming out of Stevenator. Stevenator's gun game, sorry. Too strong. Game 3, here we are. Finals game 3. Ormus looks like he's out? Is that it? I believe this is best of 3. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, no. He means King. Sorry, no. We're here at winners. This is it, boys. I mean, Ormus has Kappa in his name. He has Kappa in his name. I don't know. He has Kappa in his name. So it looks like it's King versus Stevenator. Stevenator sticking on the random. Despite the fact, I mean, he's been winning. He's been winning. I can't argue with the fact that he has made it here playing random. But why he's just sticking with random, really? Thank you, Han 2001. Much appreciated. Ooh, King countering the random with his own random. Let's see what happens. I'm not sure if King is as comfortable with everyone as Stevenator seems to be. Just let me play my main of random. Wyvern? Once again? Wyvern? But doesn't matter. King gets the axe while Stevenator gets Sir Roland. That's a sweet Sir Roland skin. Looks like Stevenator does play Sir Roland. So we'll see what happens. Not sure how comfortable King is with axe and hammer. King with the bow as well as Stevenator. Stevenator looking to chase. Ooh! The bomb barely missing. King now in control of the middle area. Stevenator does get the lance though. That's a really cute lance skin. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that. But he has the lance combos. Goes for the down sig. Goes for the side sig. Goes for the up sig. None of them hit. Goes for the up sig again though. There it is. That's what he was looking for. Just wanted to hit a sig. That's all he wanted. Throws out another lance. Picks one up anyways. Goes for another up sig. Not sure why he's throwing those out. Goes for the down sig. Now he's on sword. That's what he's looking for. I can almost guarantee that Stevenator is far more comfortable with sword, but King's pretty comfortable with axe. King with the axe, controlling that middle area once again. Stevenator, he's just sitting on his platform. Stevenator gets onto the middle platform, but he gets hit in the head by the down air from King. Ooh, sig into sig. King gets hit by 2 sigs, 3 sigs, but King still has too much defense. Blackguard keep just a little bit too big. That sidewall too far for Stevenator to kill him. King gets the side air. Stevenator just looking for these sigs. I have no idea how many sigs he's thrown out. There have been quite a few, but he gets hit by the mine. And King now takes the first stock, has a slight advantage, throws away the hammer, gets the axe that he's looking for. Dodges the bomb beautifully. Looks like he's not going to chase too hard. He's just going to try to control that middle area instead. Dodges the spike ball. Stevenator looking for the uppercut. Doesn't get anything. Stevenator dodging around, trying to get to a weapon, but also trying to get some damage with his unarmed combos. Here he is with the lance. King with those down airs. Side sig. King just doing work with that Terra. Stevenator gets the downlight though. Is he able to clean out this stock? If he doesn't do it soon, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. Can he throw the weapon down? Do what King did to Oramus? It doesn't matter. He got the downlights. I don't think Stevenator can make it back. Stevenator now down 1 full stock to King's 2 stocks. And King is the first to get a weapon. Stevenator can throw the spike ball, doesn't get anything, goes for the unarmed, doesn't get anything off that as well. Lance, ooh, went for the cute dodge over. Tried to dodge through him and just do a quick neutral light, but couldn't get it. Goes for the sig. Stevenator just throwing out sigs like nobody's business. King with those axe airs though. Side light. Goes to the side sig. Goes for the down air. There's a down air. Up air. No, does not get the up air that he was looking for. Ooh, good combo coming out of Stevenator. The neutral into, or no, that was the side, sorry. The side light into neutral air. But the sword combos is where he is far more comfortable, I am almost certain. Gets the up sig. And it's almost evened up, except for the fact that Stevenator's got such a huge health disadvantage. King with that axe versus Stevenator's sword. Stevenator going to be able to make it back to the platform? I don't know. King's going to be able to put a lot of pressure in the side sig. Ooh, he falls out of the side sig. What? Ooh, the down sig. Gets hit in the face by the axe throw. And gets cheered to death by King this Teros. Game 1 going the way of King of the winner's bracket. Stevenator's going to have to bring it back 3 games to just to make it to get to finals. Otherwise, King will close this out in just an absolutely dominant fashion. Logo Dogo, if you want to play against King, you're welcome to. I'll cast it. If you want to do a show match after this, you have to get him to agree to it. Ooh, Scarlet versus Scarlet, both of them with the bow. I don't know which Scarlet is which. This is going to be confusing. Red-haired Scarlet is King, whereas black-haired Scarlet is Stevenator. I'll try to keep that in mind, but I'm sorry if I get those two mixed up. Stevenator with the hammer, though. King looking to try to hit him into that mine. Stevenator with the hammer. Gets the hammer combo. Looking for another stomp. King's got the lance, though. And he doesn't seem to be as uncomfortable with lances as Stevenator has been, but Stevenator got the scoop! King, ooh, went for the recovery, but Stevenator was just underneath him. Stevenator dodging that recovery. Stevenator not able to make it back to the platform. King just absolutely controlling that airspace. Stevenator finally makes it back to the platform, but he hasn't been able to get a weapon, get another hammer, but he gets hit by the down sig. Stevenator knocked off the map. King. King with the hammer. Stevenator completely out of weapons. He's thrown away the bomb. He's thrown away the spike ball. He's got the lance though. Goes for the up sig. Doesn't really get anything off of it. Stevenator in a real bad spot. Aya King just hitting him with those side lights, those side airs. Gets the reverse scoop. Doesn't throw the weapon quite at the angle that he was looking for. But he's got the hammer versus Stevenator's lance. Once again, Stevenator goes for the side sig, doesn't get it. Goes for the side air. Goes for another sig, but he doesn't get that one either. Aya King misses the weapon throw. Spike ball to the face. Spike ball to the face again. Nope, can't get 3. It's a game fact that you cannot get 3 spike balls in a row. Stevenator missed the ground pound and instead decides to go underneath the platform instead of chasing back up. Really smart stuff from Stevenator, but unfortunately, Aya King was just a little bit smarter and gets the unarmed combo to kill Stevenator. Now they're both on lances. Stevenator gets the neutral air, goes for the side stick, doesn't get it. Solid dodging from both people. Neutral air once again. Goes for the recovery, doesn't get the recovery. Goes for the side air, and that is enough to get Aya King's first stock of the game. Aya King down, or sorry, Stevenator down 1 full stock once again. Stevenator just going for those side airs, gets the sig. Goes for another sig, doesn't get it. Aya King with the down light. Neutral air, into the side air. Neutral air, neutral air. No more neutral airs. Both of them stuck on those lances, trying to play that air game, but whose air game is better? I don't know. They're both words. They're both the same character, so it's gonna come down purely to play. Ooh, they both went for the sig for each other. I don't know why Aya Kings beats Stevenator. That's really unfortunate. But that's game 2 going to Aya King. Now we're at game 3, winners finals. If Aya King can win this, Stevenator will be knocked out and Aya King will win the entire tournament. If Stevenator can win this, he's going to have to win 2 more just to be able to reset the bracket so that they can keep playing. It's going to be a really tough fight. Stevenator saying, screw that, screw randoming, I'm going to just play Queen 9. Aya King says, hey, I'm beating you at playing random, so I'm going to keep with it. And it doesn't even matter because Aya King's got games to lose. Oh, what the... what? Why are they on Enigma? I guess they're playing on Enigma. Alright. Anyways, Stevenator versus Aya King. Both of them on Queen Nai. Let's see if Aya King's Queen Nai is going to be worse than Stevenator's Queen Nai, even though Aya King actually mains Queen Nai. And Stevenator apparently mains random. Right now, though, Stevenator has a slight advantage in health. He's been hitting quite a few more neutral airs and side airs. Gets the up sig. It's not enough. The recovery is also not enough, but the second recovery was enough. Stevenator saying, I don't care that you're not standing there, or that you're just standing there and not moving. I'm gonna beat you up anyways. It's the neutral light into the side air, into the down air. Side air, side air. Stevenator looking for those side airs like nobody's business. Aya King on the spear though. He's gonna be able to zone out Stevenator and keep the pressure on with those neutral airs and side airs. There's another neutral air coming out. Ooh, dodging the up sig. Map is changing. Stevenator. Ooh, gets hit by the spear. Gets hit by the recovery as well, but Stevenator makes it back to the platform first and gets control of a weapon, but doesn't matter because Aya King throws the fist into Stevenator's butt, sending him flying into the sky. Stevenator currently unable to pick up any weapons as there are none on the map, but Aya King gets hit by that bomb from Stevenator. Stevenator taking a lot from those neutral airs. Sorry, those neutral lights coming out of Aya King. Aya King going for the sig. Stevenator spacing that absolutely beautifully. Jumps up with Aya King and gets the side air. But it's not enough to kill. Throws away the guitar. Is not sure what he's looking for. Is he going to be able to make it through that hole? No, he's not. Instead, he's forced to go out the side of the map. But that's okay, because he's great at that edge guard. Oh my god. That was really great stuff coming out of Stevenator as far as that edge guard goes. Ooh, Buddy runs into the mine. Not really sure what he was doing with that one. Buddy has the health to spare, so it doesn't really matter. Stevenator with the spear, though, this time. Not sure how comfortable he is with the spear, but he gets the pogo, gets the side light, doesn't get the sig follow-up. Not sure it would follow up technically, but doesn't matter. Aya King with the Katars trying to get in onto Stevenator. Doesn't get the up sig that he was looking for. Gets hit by the spear throw. Stevenator looking for something. Stevenator has a full stock advantage over Aya King right now. Ooh, both of them just barely missing each other's sigs. Stevenator with the sword, with the spear combo, goes for the slide charge, doesn't get the slide charge, doesn't get the side sig, doesn't get anything. Aya King looking for something, trying to get a sig himself, goes for the neutral lights, ooh, gets the up sig. If Aya King can control these weapons, he might be able to bring it back, but Stevenator gets a weapon spawned on him, gets the Katars that he's looking for. Both of them in the Katar combos. Stevenator going for the side sig, going for the down sig, looking to finish out this stock. Doesn't want to play this out too much longer, because the longer this goes, the better Aya King's chances of bringing this back. And the map is changing again. Stevenator getting hit by a lot of these dive kicks coming out from Aya King. Almost gets hit by the side sig, but instead he hits Aya King first. Going for the side air. Let's see if he can get another side air. Ooh, the slide charge covering half the distance between those two platforms. Stevenator! Ooh, Stevenator, if he was just a little bit less healthy. Ooh, but the up sig! Aya King finishes it out. Stevenator wins. Aya King wins. Game 3. GG. Aya King wins all of them to win the finals of the Kappa Kup. That makes Aya King your Kappa Kup winner. All he needed was the up sig. And I guess that makes Aya King your winner of the Kappa Kup finals. Of the Kappa Kup. Aya King. Aya King. He wins. Congratulations, Aya King. Really good play. Really good stuff. He managed to win with the randoms, and he even got to random his name. Aya King is the captain of the Kappas. Captain King. With that, I don't know if Loco Doco wanted to come in here. He was saying that he wanted to do a show match against Aya King. Trying to see if there's anything else that the Cap boys want to say. It looks like Logo. I don't know where Loco Dogo is. I don't know what he's doing. I think I got some followers, by the way, while that was happening. So I'm going to go ahead and say thank you to the people who followed me today. Let me see if I can find it. Dudox, thank you for the follow. It's Panda Man, thank you for the follow as well. True IC, thank you for the follow. Secret Stakes, I don't remember. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Garfinkel Gray, thank you for the follow. I don't remember. Somewhere in here, some of these people were from last night. I don't remember. Wait. There we go. Oh yeah, no. Secret Stakes, True IC, Panda Man, and Dudox, thank you for the follow. It has a timer. I'm stupid. I think Secret Stakes was the only one who was able to get a game off of King. Stevenator? Done for the game. Oh, here we go. El Loco Dogo wants to do a show match, so we're going to let him do this show match real quick. Feel free to stick around and watch Loco Dogo versus Aya King. Because Loco Dogo had to have someone sub for him because he slept through the day. The peasant challenges the king. Exactly. Where's logo? What is happening? What is happening? Puppy isn't banned on this channel. It's only on Friendly Fire that Puppy's banned. Okay, Aya King versus Loco Dogo in a best of 3. Let's see who Loco Dogo plays. Loco Dogo finally waking up for the day. Stevenator, no one said that they want you to lose. Or at least, I don't remember it happening. I didn't say I wanted you to lose. Logo Dogo gonna play Orion, that pink Orion, versus Aya King's Queen Nai. Looks like Logo Dogo wants a real match instead of some rando thing going on. Here we go, Loco Dogo versus Aya King on Twilight Grove. Looking for the unarmed combo. Starting off, both of them going for the dive kick, both of them dodging through each other. Spear versus spear. Whose spear is better? Looks like they're going to stand there. Ooh, Loco Dogo gets hit by the first spear throw of the game. Both of them looking for pogos, looking for anything. Neutral air into the recovery. Loco Dogo going for a sig, doesn't get it. Gets hit by the side lights from Aya King. Aya King with the poking, the neutral lights. Ooh, Loco Dogo dodging through, gets the neutral lights. Neutral lights. Nope, side light that time. Not a neutral light, but there's the neutral light. Another side light. Throws out the sig. Aya King looking for the summon. Neutral light doesn't hit the sig that he was looking for. Instead, Loco Dogo gets hit by a spear throw, throwing out 2 sigs. Loco Dogo with the pokes. Goes for the up sig. Is it enough? No, it's not. Aya King just a little bit too healthy, gets his side sig off, and Loco Dogo gets knocked off the map. Loco Dogo with the lance this time versus Aya King's guitars. Gets the neutral light. Going for the up sig. Doesn't hit. Instead, Aya King lands on top of him, gets some neutral lights, goes into a guitar pseudo combo. Goes for the up sig. Ooh, and it hits! Loco Dogo looking to punish that, instead gets himself punished. Loco Dogo, what are you doing? First game of the day. More like first game ever. Just kidding. Anyways, down sigs coming out of Loco Dogo. Throws out the lance. Doesn't get anything. Went for an unarmed combo, trying to punish. A little bit smarter this time. Didn't dive straight into the up sig. There's the side sig coming from Loco Dogo. Ends up killing Aya King. But Aya King still got 2 stock advantage. Loco Dogo looking for some poking. Aya King gets the down light into side air combo. The side air is coming out. Aya King looking to finish this one off. Couldn't get the throw that he's looking for. It doesn't matter though. All he needed was that 1 ground pound, and Loco Dogo is out. Game 1 going to Aya King, showing why he is the Kappa King. Looks like Aya King going to Sir Roland. Not sure if he random that, but it doesn't really matter because he completely destroyed Loco Dogo, so I don't think he should feel bad if that's what's happening.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Looks like Loco Dogo versus Sir Roland. Sir Roland. Neutral lights coming out. Neutral light. Can we get another one? Another, there's another new, and then there's the neutral air. Goes for the recovery, doesn't get much, but lots of damage coming out from Loco Doco onto Aya King. Aya King looking for that sword sig. Loco Doco got the lance versus the sword. Goes for the side sig and it hits. Throws down the lance. Aya King dodges straight through it. Loco Doco has the spear now, going for some side airs. Doesn't hit any of the side airs that he's looking for. Whereas Aya King has gotten at least one. There's a side air for sure. Got the down light into the side air combo. Tried to follow up with a sig, but did not get it. Ooh, almost gets hit by the ballerina from Loco Doco. Instead gets hit by the side sig. Loco Doco playing much better in game 2 of this best of 3 set. Lance throw, neutral air. Sorry, not neutral air, neutral light. Ooh, gets hit by the side sig though from Aya King. Loco Doco in a little bit of trouble right now. Loco Doco got the mine though. And by a little bit of trouble, I mean he's not at a distinct lead against the Kappa King. Loco Doco currently unarmed while Aya King has a sword. Loco Doco doesn't care though because he got the unarmed air combos. It just kind of lands on top of that down sig from Aya King. Goes for the side sig. Not quite enough to kill Sir Roland. Sir Roland, also one of the highest defense characters in the game. Ooh, gets hit by his own mine. Does not even care. Loco Doco can go for the ballerina. No, instead he's going to go for the side sig. Goes to the side light. Is it enough to kill? This next sig might do it. Side sig doesn't reach quite as far as I think Loco Doco wanted it to. Or he thought that Aya King was going to land closer to him. Either way, Loco Doco throws away his spear, goes for some unarmed shenanigans, doesn't quite get anything. Here's the mine, dodges the mine. Great dodging from Aya King. Neutral air, neutral air. One more neutral air. Nope. Loco Doco now in a bad spot. Both of them at red health. Both of them throwing out SIGs. Aya King with the down light, the down air, the kicks, just sending Loco Doco to his death. Aya King now with the sword combos. Loco Doco looking for some SIGs. Looks like he wants to finish off this stock, but he can't quite do it. There it is, the side SIG. Loco Doco and Aya King in relatively close health. Aya King with a slight advantage. Ooh, gets the unarmed. Loco Doco trying to keep him away from that weapon. Aya King using that invincibility to great strength. Gets the side SIG, and it's enough. Loco Doco is out. Aya King putting Loco Doco in his place, saying you should have gone back to sleep, sir. Cause I'm the Kappa King. That's what he said.